Sorry about that. Hello again, Dominic Schroeder, and welcome to another video. And this one will be something video game related. Now, this one will be not part of the Wii U Thoughts Opinion series, but the next video I will be uploading will be that. Now, yesterday, for those that don't know, the Nintendo DSi Shop closed down, and it was kind of a bit of an unfortunate thing to hear, because it had been open for so long, and it was kind of what's the word? Very interesting to see Nintendo have their own online service on their handhelds. Now, Sony had done this with the PSP, obviously many years before, but it was great to see Nintendo finally move on and give consumers a good amount of games which allowed them to play on their DSi. And the DSi was basically a more powerful and upgraded DSi. It was more of an upgraded and more powerful DS, which had a front and back facing camera. As well as having the DSi Shop, which was, the DSi Shop Channel, which was basically similar to the Wii Shop Channel, offering you, a bunch of, services, applications, and games that you could purchase. And they had a bunch of them known as DSiWare, which gave you a good amount of games on there, which were very interesting to see Nintendo do that. And the DSi was, if you think about it, was kind of backwards compatible, because it could play any DS game, and as well as the DSi enhanced games, but it also had its own library of DSi only games. There were 4 game card games made specifically for the DSi, and a bunch of digital games. So you could say that it had, the library of DS games and the library of the DSi, which was pretty cool. And the DSi Shop opened in around early 2009, and it was interesting to try that out and see what it would have gone to do. Now I'm going to tell you and my thoughts about the DSi Shop Channel. I thought overall it was a great idea for Nintendo to have this sort of service. Since they had it for the Wii, and they could bring it to the DSi, and I think there was a lot of great. There was a lot of great content they brought, with the service, and I think it was just amazing to see that sort of stuff happen. Now, the first game that I actually purchased from the DSi Shop was The Legend of Zelda 4 Swords Adventures, 4 Swords Adventure Anniversary Edition, which was a part of the Game Boy Advance game, I think, or I'm not sure, but it was, I think, like a part from the Game Boy Advance to the DSi. And they offered it for the 25th anniversary of The Legend of Zelda. And they allowed you to download it for free for a certain amount of time. And then once that time is over, you cannot download it. But one of the things that did happen was in the United States, they actually offered you to re-download or purchase the game if you wanted. So if you had, were still on a DSi, or a 3DS, for example, you could actually download it and play it, which was a good thing. And that was one of the things I loved about it. It was just great to play, like, oh my god, I played it, and I loved playing the game. It was just amazing to play a new type of Zelda game on, the DSi. Because kind of think of it, it's kind of like the only Zelda game to be released for the DSi, even though it was playable on the 3DS, but thinking about it, it's the only Legend of Zelda game to be made for the DSi, which is interesting, you know what I mean? I was just thinking that the other day, which is, funny. But it's still a great game. And then, years later, I did start getting into the more, I started getting more into the DSiWare, because I had a Nintendo DSi, and then I upgraded to a Nintendo 3DS, the XL, which is a huge, large one, and I purchased a lot of games on there, so I could purchase games on there, but I could also transfer all of my content from the DSi to the 3DS. So basically, I had everything on this now, which was a good thing, because not only did I have my DS games and my 3DS games, I also had my DSi games, which was a good thing. Bring all of that content towards it, alongside the Virtual Console and eShop, and that was a good thing. And then obviously, I purchased a few DSiWare games on it, and it was really, really good. And then obviously a few years later, I upgraded to a new 3DS, and I did the same thing. I purchased several DSiWare games. I now purchased 99 Moves, which is a bit of a puzzle game. 99 Moves, it's called. So it's actually quite addictive. I also purchased the Shantae game that's on there, which is actually a really, really good game. Because there is a Game Boy Color version on the 3DS, which is well worth playing. It's ridiculously rare if you want to try and get the cartridge version. And then last night, I think being the last day, I purchased a few DSiWare games on my new 3DS. I thought, do you know what? There's a lot of them on there, which is pretty nice. And that's also a good thing, because Nintendo, allowed consumers to purchase DSiWare games on the 3DSi shop. So you didn't have to buy a DSi to play them. You could play them on your 3DS, which is a good thing. And I think there was a lot of great stuff on there that made it worthwhile. So much great stuff on there. I think there was a lot of hidden gems, I'd say, on there. And there was a lot of games that I don't think people would play. Kind of given the sort of term, shovelware. It was kind of like the same with the iOS and the Android stores. Was that there was so many great games on there, but there's a lot of games that a lot of people wouldn't play, and that's the thing about it. But one thing I was going to say is, well done to Nintendo for making an amazing service for the DSi. And I think overall it will be surely missed. Not overall, because it is on the the 3DS, which I quite like. And that's the thing about it. If you don't have a DSi, you can purchase them on the 3DS, which is a good alternative. To play them on the actual system, I think, will be a bit of a sad feeling for a lot of people. Now, obviously, you can still play the DSi, you can still play your DS games on it. So it's not like, from yesterday, it's a piece of rubbish. You can still play your DS games on it, which is a good thing, even if you have a 3DS, you know what I mean? But I think one thing I want to definitely talk about, I think, is the music that it's used for it. It's kind of catchy, you know what I mean? It's kind of gets you up a bit, you want to like dance away and stuff. And when I tried it out, when I was on the DSi shop last night, I kind of had that, bit of move, that I wanted to do. I felt like I want to start, doing beats to it and stuff, and that's the thing about it. It's really cool. But the one thing that was crazy to think that is the DSi Shop Channel is still open, and before anyone says, Dominic, it's April 1st, you're not getting us. You're not fooling us. The DSi Shop Channel is still open. There is nothing on it though. That's the thing. The only thing you can download is the 3DS transfer tool. That's the only thing you can download on the DSi now. Because if you go on it, everything's just taken offline. There's nothing on there anymore. No more games. That's the thing. But it will be surely missed. But in a good way and stuff. And that's obviously, and that's one of the things why a lot of people do not like digital distribution, because once the servers go down, they end up closing. This is the problem now with a lot of developers is they've got to move on. They've got to move on. They cannot keep staying in the past, and that's just really the way it's gone. You know what I mean? And it's awful, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? So it is. But you can still play your DSiWare games or whatever on your DSi, 3DS, whatever, which is still a good thing. But yeah, I think overall it's been really, really good, and I've loved it and stuff. I do agree with the music. I actually did record myself on my camera for like 2 minutes. You know what I mean? Just like dancing away with the music on it. I was gonna, you know, I might upload it, but I might not, because I know how the heck Nintendo was a copyright, you know what I mean? Even though I'm not doing it for copyright, I'm just doing it for laughs and giggles, you know what I mean? But that's the thing. I might upload it, but you know what I mean? But I just want to say, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video very much. It was just a little bit different. But I'd love to hear what your thoughts about it, you know. Did you have a DSi? Did you try out any of the DSiWare games? Did you play them on the 3DS? I'd love to hear what your thoughts about that are, because, you know, it's an interesting topic to talk about the DSi. A great handheld, very good subscription, well, service more like. And it'll be great to see, you know, what happens in the far future with the 3DS. So I just want to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will be uploading another video later on the Wii U Thoughts Opinion series. That one will be part 4, about 2014. So I just want to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all later on. See you later. Bye.